Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Santa's Little Helpers mod, which is being made by user Nahir. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is an absolutely weird, wacky, and wonderful dual-wielded pair of auto pistols for you to enjoy. And I love these things. They're so strange but so great. Now, they are one of the entries for the Merry Modding Days for this year, the Mod Advent Calendar. And honestly, I think this is my favorite entry into that Advent Calendar so far, because it's just such a strange weapon, but one that can still be useful all year around. More on that in a little bit. But yeah, it's just a fun, weird little gun. Well, technically, two weird little guns. So let's jump on over here and have a look at what exactly we are getting with the Santa's Little Helpers, which in their most basic and standard form will do a pretty decent 32 damage with a new disc ammunition, with a firing rate of 90, range of 119, accuracy of 62, with a weight of 5.1. Not too shabby there at all. And as you can see, these things are pretty darn good looking. A lot of beautiful details for the Christmas season on these things. It's wonderful. I really do love these things. They are a very strange pair of auto guns, but a whole lot of fun. They look wonderful, and of course fire strange deadly metal discs. Or, well, technically, more on that in a little bit as well. The only downside I really have with these guns is that there are a very limited amount of modifications for them, which, you know, for a mod that was meant as one of the many days of a mod advent calendar, it makes sense. I do hope this gun does get a little bit more love in the future, especially considering the skins you can change down here to make it useful for the rest of the year without a Santa skin on there. But for now, it is lacking in modifications. We've only got the 3 categories, but of course, it's enough modification to make the thing a lot more powerful and much, much more useful into the later points of the game, which is always nice to see at the very least. Now, as for how you do get your hands on one of these things, well, it's pretty darn simple. There is one in the world you will need to find, and that is over at Listening Post Bravo, where on the desk just sitting there you'll find these 2 lovely guns, and once you do pick it up and run through the little animation that I always do like with Nahir's weapons, you'll now unlock the ability to then create these at any chemistry station in the world in the dual pistols category here. You'll be able to make it for just some adhesive, rubber, screw, steel, and wood, and can even make the metal disc 10 at a time for just 5 steel. So always nice to have that ability to make these sorts of custom ammunitions. Always good indeed. Now, besides that, starting at level 17, these will also start showing in the legendary loot list, so you might encounter an enemy dual-wielding these wonderful things that now have some form of legendary mod on them, which is just even better. Always great to be able to find a legendary version of any gun, but these most especially. So yeah, that is pretty cool. Find one in the world, then build them, and then eventually find legendaries. Now let's take a look at the modifications that we do have on hand. Like I said, a pretty limited list, but we do have the receiver category here, where we've got the pretty typical things from standard all the way up to the advanced receiver, which will do 56 damage, and being, you know, a pair of auto pistols is pretty decent for the rate of fire that these things do have. And of course, with other perks you may have in your character, you might be able to get that up a little bit more, which is always good. Now then, we don't really have a sights category. Since these are dual wielded, you just kind of zoom with your eyes is how it goes. And the default of 1 zoom, no zoom while aiming, all the way up to a 2x zoom while aiming. And that's really it. That's all we've got for sights there, which is a little sad. I mean, you guys know me, I always do like sight categories. Granted, that being said, how do you sight akimbo pistols? That is a very, very good question. Now, and then finally, we have the skin category here, where the default is, of course, the Merry Modding Days candy cane skin. But if you'd like to use these the rest of the year round, there is the Select Series skin, very cool looking there, and the Brel Series skin. Again, very nice looking, nice dark metals with woods, which you guys know me, I always do enjoy. And as for the projectile, these all fire, of course, a disc, but the Christmas one, the discs actually have the models of candy canes, which just makes it even better for a Christmas mod. The Select and Brel series, on the other hand, are just plain old discs. I will show those off here in a moment. But yeah, let's go get them out and start firing with these things, as well. Like I said, not a whole lot to the modifications there. And I'll only grab one of these because since there aren't many mods, I basically gave them all the same, just, the 3 different skins. So yeah, let's grab our standard ones first. And I love the custom animations on these things. Whenever we put the gun away, we just sort of chuck it to the side. And whenever we pull it out, it falls from the sky. It's just a weird, strange gun. And I absolutely love it. But yes, let's fire our 16 rounds here. There we go. I do like the reload. You kind of use your arms, I guess, to pull out the 2 cylinders and then reload both at one time. Very nice, a very smooth, good animation. And just looks great. You do chew through the ammo quite quickly with just the 16 rounds, but still not too bad at all. And if we do head on over here, you can see all of our candy cane rounds just embedded into the target. Oh, it's just such a jolly Christmas shooting your enemies with candy canes. Now, of course, the recoil on it isn't that bad. It's not a whole lot. It's pretty darn controllable. I'll not control it here when our next 16 shots. And there we go. Not too shabby at all. We didn't get too forced up too high. And so, yeah, pretty easily to control to keep it on your targets. Just the one downside is, like I said, with the sighting, which again, I don't know how you would do this any other way, but yeah, when you aim in, you actually lose the crosshair, which... It's a little bit better when you actually also zoom in as well. With the just standard 1x, it is a little awkward. But let's grab, of course, our advanced Brel version of the gun with its 2x. Ooh, still losing the crosshair, but that at least gives a better sight on our target, and we can then fire. There we go. Reload those, do another round of 16. And then go take a look at those rounds. There you can see the difference between the discs and the candy canes. Oh, I like that. I do very much enjoy that. It's weird, it's wacky, and I love it. So let's go use this thing against our typical Deathclaw enemy and see how that pans out. I haven't tried it yet. I'm a little worried I may need more ammunition, but let's find out. Let's spawn him into the world and see how he does against our, what was it, 56 damage? Yes, 56 damage. Dual auto disc firing pistols. Actually, they're pretty good. That took out a pretty decent chunk of them. I mean, when we hit, it does well. Oh, yeah, really wish we had the crosshairs there when you aim in down sight. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, yeah, actually not doing too bad on the damage at all with that 56. Again, so long as you actually hit. Let's see if we can take him down with these. We did! Oh, thank God. But yes, that is the Santa's Little Helpers. I absolutely love this gun. It's just such a strange, weird little gun, which for the Fallout universe, I find quite appropriate. And again, as one of the, you know, merry modding days of this year's Christmas for the Advent calendar, I think it's one of the cooler additions, even in previous years when we've had these, which is just cool. And it's just overall a fun, strange weapon that's a lot of fun to play with, even if it's not Christmas. But if you'd like to see a more, or wait, no, that's for when I do the short later afterwards. I was about to say, if you want to see a more in-depth review, that's what we're doing now. But no, if you'd like to play around with this gun yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the video as per usual of where to download this thing. And definitely go check it out. It is a fun, weird weapon. But yes, hopefully you have enjoyed this one here today, and you do come back for whatever mod we do look at next. But until that time, thank you for watching as always. Well, have a good one.